All right, everyone, time to see if this weekly thing works out, huh? I say at least we got week one in the books, and after week one, I have a little bit more on Atlas Earth. It's I think about $3.50 something, but I don't have enough to cash out yet, so it hasn't counted. We have almost 13,000 coin, which is not bad considering I've only had 5 of the 7 days on Coin Pro. Amazon MTurk's the only one where I have cashed out because I do cash out every 3 days at $11.71. And Brave Rewards, I currently have $7.69, but again, this conversion here of BAT to USD, I'm not 100% sure if that's accurate right now. I just have it as approximate as of like a couple days ago. And then I haven't started with any of the others yet because I've been, again, really busy. As I said, this is an experiment, and I don't want this to take over my life like it did the last time. So I want to show that you can still make money. And so far, we have spent $37 in the January Coin Pro, and I said these are the places I am traveling to for the month of January. So there is that. And then I think next month it will be Orlando and Knoxville. And then I'll see about March. I'm not so sure about March yet. But yeah, currently have negative $25 in the bank. Again, if you saw my last video, I have changed the rule a little bit regarding how I deal with debt. But I think by, I'd say, next week at the at the latest, the following week, we should be back in the positive. So I admittedly have slowed down a bit on my Atlas Earth play, and part of that is because, for one, I have not had much time to just keep track and try to keep my 100 Atlas bucks a day quota, so I kind of just died after a while. Two, I had been working on other P2A things that was making me a little bit more money with my particular set of skills. And three, there were just so many bugs that still need fixing, that they have been trying to fix since its inception. And it has been kind of a problem for me in that end, to a point now where I feel like the game itself, I'm just having trouble running it much of the time. And as you can see over here, I don't exactly have a really terrible phone. I have an A32, which is a mid-level cell phone that you'd think would run something as simplistic as this well, but apparently it does not. It gives me a lot of problems. Let me know in the comment section if Atlas Earth is giving you any problems as well with the bugs. But I feel like it has been getting buggier and buggier over the last few months, and they haven't really done much but do like a few cosmetic and privacy updates. There was one update that did have the connection a little bit better, but then it went right back down again. So that kind of sucks. And the only significant update that I see in terms of gameplay is the ability to sell your property. Now, the one issue with selling your property is that they had set a cap minimum of 150 Atlas bucks to sell a property. So if you have a common parcel right now, you're not going to be able to sell that. If you have a rare parcel, you might just barely be able to sell that. Epics and legendaries, yes, you'd be able to sell those and try to get more parcels that way. But it seems like, if you are already kind of on the edge of the tier, like me at 290, then you're pretty much just swapping out one for one and making it harder for yourself to make money that way. So I don't see a purpose to selling, especially if you're at the top of a tier like I am at 290, where I'm at the 15x. And if I do sell a legendary to go buy 4 more parcels, assuming fair market value, then that would put me at 293, and that would drop me to 12x, and I would be making a lot less money. So I feel like there's a bit of a catch-22 here, and the new strategy in that sense is, if you really want to sell something and you think you can sell something, maybe just stay a few parcels away from max, and then when you buy, then you can kind of buy into a little bit more once you sold off one of the epic or legendary parcels. But in my opinion, this whole selling thing right now is just kind of a waste until more parcels are bought up. And that's just my opinion on that. Again, I know a lot of you have other opinions on the selling thing, but I just feel like selling parcels, well, let's see where the racing game goes. I'm hoping the racing game will bring some life back to Atlas Earth, at least from where it has been the last several months. Now, I know I also mentioned this week I wanted to talk about the optimal strategy for Atlas Earth. That was my final video before I went into a 6-month hiatus was I wanted to talk about the optimal strategy behind the badges in Atlas Earth. Now, a lot of you were telling me that they didn't quite understand why I said stop at 11 badges. And yes, I think I might have said in the video, if I'm not, you can put in the comment section that I'm wrong on this, but I remember saying in the video that after 150 parcels, the absolute optimal strategy is to buy as many badges as you can up to 101. So that way you get to a 25% boost. However, most people, like myself, well, at least until a certain point, are homebodies. And we homebodies are not going to go out to 101 different towns and get badges on all 101 places. So for people like us, we would aim for a slightly smaller goal, like 11. So that's why I had said, go for 11 badges. Maybe if you lived in the Northeast, you could probably do 31 badges because there are towns nearby everywhere for you. But if you live in some place like, I know there's a big like Las Vegas crowd, good luck getting 31 badges in Las Vegas, guys. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, you'd be lucky if you get 11, in my opinion. So that's the reason why I had said, aim for that 10% badge boost. Maybe 15 if you can get to 31 badges. I'm going to try to get to 31 badges now before I go back down to 12x. That's my new strategy, especially since I'm now traveling over to Orlando, to Knoxville, to Hartford, to Milwaukee, as part of the gaming competition that I'm going to be in. So that's the reason why I'm going to be using coin most of the time for that, but I am going to stop by Atlas Earth and also buy a badge there so that I can buy 20 more badges and get to 31. And that is basically how I'm going to do things. But as far as this calculator is concerned, I feel like this calculator has been a little bit outdated. I did add this badge percentage boost here, which has helped a little bit, but I am in the process of making a version 3. And in version 3, I'm going to actually have a full-on strategizer that will tell you if you should buy a badge or buy a parcel, basically. And it will tell you which is the best option for you. I'm also going to have this all streamlined down to where we only have number of 50x boost events, because I haven't seen a 60x, I haven't seen a 40x, so we're going to stick with 50x, and that's going to be changed. And then I'll have this calculator set up accordingly. And once that is done, I will let you know. It's going to be a couple weeks before I get that completed. And then I will link you to the new version 3. Sound good? Great. It's going to be on a completely different file, so I'm not going to overhaul this one. So if you want, go ahead and continue to use version 2.3.1. And then when version 3 comes out, I will let you know. And we can look into that. And then I might have a 3.1 out by that time, which should also affect the racing update, whatever the racing update gives us. So that's going to be pretty much it for today. I do want to do a Q&A down the line, so in the comment section below, please, if you have a question, I know I wanted to do something like to celebrate subscribers. Let's say we celebrate, I don't know, I think I recently crossed 50,000 all-time views. So let's call this the 50,000 all-time view Q&A. Does that sound good? If you got a question, just place it into the comment section as well. And then I'm going to probably do the answers to those questions in a separate video. I'm not going to do it on one of these weekly things. I don't know when I get enough questions, that's when I'm going to do the Q&A. Sound good? Yeah, I pretty much just I want to take this a little bit more in stride. All right, I do want to continue to give you great content and continue to give you ideas for play to earn games. And yes, I got a couple suggestions that we can start playing around with once I have a little bit of time. I am a little bit focused on my competition in Orlando right now, which is the reason why you're not seeing too many videos. But if I get enough free time, I will slide by and do another video for you guys, like in the middle of the week, if I can. Otherwise, I'll be seeing you next Saturday for the Week 2 in review, the Week 2 retro, and see where we are at then, all right? So that's pretty much it for me today. I will see you all, if not later in the week, sometime next Saturday, all right? So, bye, everyone.